All right, so we hear some version of this story every week right now. A big company talks about AI savings, AI transformation, AI efficiency, and how much faster the business is going to move. It sounds incredible in the strategy meeting. Everybody gets to say optimization and innovation without admitting they might not understand how the work actually gets done. Then the system goes live, quality drops, customers get frustrated, the workflow slows down in places nobody planned for. And now the company has to do the most expensive version of a bad decision. They got to bring humans back to fix what the machine couldn't understand. That's the AI boomerang. You throw people out of the workflow too fast, thinking AI is going to save you money, and the cost comes flying right back around with interest. Now, listen, this isn't an anti-AI message. I want you using these tools. This is anti-lazy implementation because AI can replace tasks, but it can't replace the judgment your business forgot how to train. So we need to answer a simple question today. Are businesses using AI to improve the work or using AI as an excuse to cut the people who understand the work? Welcome back, my tech and AI curious friends, to the Neuro Dojo podcast. This is a space where humans and AI meet to think out loud. I'm Kyrie, aka KT, the AI Sensei, and I'll be your host for this session of binary banter. And yeah, man, let's get into it. I'm gonna start with Ford. Yes, that Ford. You know the one, F-150 Ford. So reports around Ford are talking about the company bringing back hundreds of veteran engineers, the people folks often call graybeards, because the AI and automation system still needed experienced human judgment. And the lesson here isn't, oh, AI can't help with quality. Of course it can. The lesson is AI can spot patterns, but experienced people understand what the patterns mean. A system can flag something. A human who's seen years of failures and weird little signals can say, hold up, I've seen this before. That knowledge doesn't always live in a dashboard. Sometimes it lives in somebody's memory, somebody's hands, somebody's ear, or somebody's instinct. Then you've got IBM, and we got to handle that carefully. This isn't a clean story of IBM replaced people, AI failed, then IBM rehired the exact same people. The better lesson on this one is that routine work can be automated, especially in areas like HR support, policy questions, forms, routing, and basic employee requests. But once you automate more of that work, the bigger question shows up. Where do new people learn? Nobody starts senior. They get there by doing the boring stuff, making small mistakes, seeing patterns, listening to customers, and learning how the business actually works. I talked about this in episode 18 on the apprentice crisis, where I asked if AI was replacing entry-level jobs. And then you've got McDonald's. McDonald's tested AI voice ordering and drive-throughs with IBM at more than 100 locations, and then ended that specific test after wrong order issues and public backlash. The point is, a drive-through is not a clean demo. People mumble, kids yell in the back seat, customers change their order halfway through. There's wind, traffic, accents, and very little patience. That's real world mess. And real world mess is where a lot of AI systems start looking a little less magical. Not useless, not doomed, just not ready to fly solo in every situation that people want to throw them into. All three examples point back to the same pattern. Leaders are misunderstanding what AI is good at. AI is great at pattern matching, drafting, sorting, summarizing, repeating clear processes, and speeding up known work. If the work is documented, repeatable, and low risk, AI can be a monster advantage. But as we all know, a job isn't just a list of tasks. A job includes judgment, escalation, taste, real world context, company memory, accountability, and training. A job is what happens when the task meets reality, and reality has a nasty little habit of not following the spreadsheet. The mistake is thinking, if AI can do 60% of the task, it can own 100% of the job. It can't. The remaining 40% is often where the actual value lives. That's where someone knows when to bend the rule, when to call the client, when to slow down, and when the technically correct answer is still the wrong answer. Think about customer support. AI can draft a reply, summarize the ticket, tag the issue, and pull the policy. Great. But can it tell when a customer is one bad response away from leaving forever? The customer doesn't care that your automation saves 7 minutes. They care that the answer felt wrong. Now, let's talk about the systems problem. I call this the pipeline collapse. For all of you World Cup fans, think about it like cutting the practice field, then wondering why nobody's ready to play in the big game. That bottom layer of work isn't just cheap labor. It's where people get reps. It's where they learn the game before you expect them to perform under pressure. When you automate away every junior task, don't be shocked when you can't find senior people later. You didn't just remove busy work, you may have removed the reps that teach people how to think inside your business. And if you follow me or my content, you already know I talk about this a lot. LLMs, aka AI chatbot tools like ChatGPT and Claude, are pattern recognition systems. They look at information, find the pattern, and predict what should come next. And they're pretty dope, right? But businesses already have human pattern recognition systems too. They're called experienced people. That's the wild part. You're removing the organic intelligence that already lives inside your company, then paying an artificial system to rebuild some version of what those people already knew. That makes no sense if you don't have a real plan. Crazy work, man. Here's an example. Think about a master mechanic with 30 years of experience. You pull into the shop, the engine makes one weird sound, and he says, "Yeah, I know what that is." 5 seconds. Not because he's guessing, but because he's heard that sound 1,000 times. A brand new tech may still get there, but they might need the guide, the scan tool, the checklist, or maybe even an AI agent walking them through it. I mean, real talk, they'll probably call a master mechanic to help them figure it out. That's not an insult to the new tech. That's the point. Experience is trained pattern recognition. So why would you throw that away like it's dead weight? And yes, some entry level work is trash. Nobody needs to build character by copying and pasting the same field for 6 hours. We're not romanticizing busy work, but there's a difference between removing waste and removing reps. Waste drains people. Reps train people. You got to know which one you're cutting. If you're a small business owner, this still applies. Maybe your future project manager starts by checking invoices, preparing reports, or tagging leads. If AI does all of that, cool. But where does that person learn your business? They really don't. So all you actually built is an AI assisted bottleneck. It's still you, just with more subscriptions. Now, let's talk about the leadership problem. Some leaders don't want AI because it makes better decisions. They want AI because it doesn't push back. Weird, but fair. Real leadership comes with useful pushback. People question the plan. People warn you about timing. They say things like, "That sounds good, but here's what breaks." That can be annoying, but a lot of the time that pushback is saving you. AI can become a permission slip for decisions leadership already wanted to make. You bring AI an assumption, ask it for a plan, and if you're not careful, it makes your first idea sound smarter than it is. That's not strategy. That's an AI hype man. If AI only agrees with your assumption, you didn't get better leadership. You got less friction. And sometimes less friction is how you slide straight into a wall. The mature move is to make AI challenge you. Ask it what you're missing or where the work breaks. Ask it what a skeptical employee would say and what you'll regret 6 months from now. That's how you use AI, like a thinking partner, not a yes man. Okay, deep breath. Let's talk about trust, because this is where the idea around my fellow graybeards really land. You can't treat institutional knowledge like a file export. That's company memory. It's the stuff experienced people know because they've lived through the problems before. You can't say, "Hey, before we replace you, can you train the system that's going to make you unnecessary?" Come on, people feel that. When trust drops, honesty drops, context sharing drops, ownership drops, extra effort drops. People stop giving you the quiet wisdom that keeps a business from embarrassing itself. Then the cracks start. Quality dips. Customer complaints rise. Edge cases pile up. Nobody knows why the system made that call. The remaining team gets overloaded. The people with real memory are gone. Then somebody says, "Maybe we need to bring back some expertise." Damn right you do, but now it costs more. That's the boomerang, man. All right, let's turn this into action. It's Dojo drill time. For the uninitiated, this is where I give some practical plays to help solve this conundrum. Dojo drill 1 is the 60/40 automation audit. Pick one workflow you want to automate, not your whole business, one workflow. Split that workflow into two buckets. Bucket one is the 60% that's routine, like sorting, summarizing, pulling information together, and creating first drafts. Bucket two is the 40% where a real person needs to decide what matters, what's risky, what needs approval, and what needs a human response. Use AI aggressively on the routine part first. Let it speed up the 60, but keep humans on the judgment part. That's how you get more done without making the system weaker. Dojo Drill 2 is the talent pipeline check. Look at the entry-level work you're handing to AI right now. Ask 3 questions. Did this task teach someone how the business works? Did this task build future senior talent? If AI does this now, where does the human learn next? If you can't answer that, you're not just cutting work, you're cutting your future human in the loop decision makers. Dojo drill number 3 is the friction test. Look at your last AI assisted decision. Not a quick caption, not a simple email, a real decision. Pricing, hiring, customers, workflow, strategy, something that matters. Ask yourself, did the AI challenge my assumption? Did it surface risk? Give me a counter argument? Show me what could break? Or did it just make my first idea sound a lot smarter? Again, if AI only agrees with you, you didn't get strategy. You got an AI hype man. So next time, don't just ask AI to build the plan. Ask it to attack the plan, to find the weak spots. Ask it why a smart person would disagree. Ask it what you'd regret in 6 months. Okay, so here's the deal. AI should make your business smarter, not just thinner. The winners are going to be the companies that know which work to automate, which judgment to protect, and which people to keep developing. You need a pipeline. You need trust and actual leadership. You need systems that get stronger when AI enters the workflow, not systems that fall apart because AI removed the people who understood the work. So if you're feeling pressure right now to replace people before you understand the workflow, slow down, map the work, find the routine parts, protect the judgment layer, keep training people. Use AI where it creates real leverage, but don't hollow out the business and then act surprised when it can't stand up. Not fear, not hype. Choose discipline. Use AI to strengthen the system, not hollow it out. And with that, we'll call it. I appreciate you for rocking with me inside the Neuro Dojo. If this made you think of someone who needs to hear it, send it to them. Like, subscribe, and turn those bells on so I know you like this type of content. Until next time, stay curious, stay balanced, and keep training your mind. Peace. Where the human and machine collide, binary banter with the wisdom as our guide.